I sure do wish everybody were listening to me right now. Okay, if you feel like, I feel pretty solid about this, I feel like I could do a mix of everything and I'm okay, go ahead and start. But I'm going to tell you, once you get to number 2 and once you get to number 3, you might notice something a little bit goofy. If you're starting on level 3, I'm going to come back and grab you and do a couple problems with those of you guys in a minute to make sure you see what the goofy thing is. But I'm going to deal with level 2 people first. And by all means, those of you guys that are on level 3, if you want to like collaborate with the person next to you or something, but I am going to come back and show you what's goofy about 2 and 3. I just need to get everybody else started for a minute. So go ahead, if you feel pretty confident that you know what you're doing and you feel okay with starting 3, go ahead and do that. But I am going to come back and grab you and work these for you in a minute. I'm just getting level 2 people started first, okay? I'm skipping to number 2 because that's one of the special cases, and I want to make sure you guys are good. So first of all, my level 1 people should be working on number 2 right now while I'm doing this with my level 3 people, please. All right, first step, just like the other cases, we've got distributive property that we still need to do. So hopefully we've got distributive property happening here, right? So, except you have to do it twice. So you've got 7 times x, which is going to be 7x. 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. Then I've got distributive property to do on the other set. So negative 7 times x is negative 7x. Negative 7 times negative 3 is plus 21. So far, so good, right? So now looking at the right-hand side of the equal sign, you've got some like terms that you can combine because you have x's that are on the same side. So if you have 7 x's and you take away 7 x's, what do you have left?
0.
You've got 0 x's, but you don't even need to write that down. You can just say, they're canceled out, okay? Because they're going to cancel each other out. So we're not going to do this. Write a note, please. We're not going to do that because that's the same side of the equal sign. You're just going to put them together. Putting them together gets you 0 x's, which we don't even really need to write in the first place. Okay? So x's, capiche, they're gone. Looking at the other part of the right-hand side, I've got negative 14 plus 21. Those are on the same side, so we're not going to cancel anything out. They're on the same side. That's going to leave us with a positive 7. I'm really fanatical about it being the right color. So on the right-hand side, we've got a 7. On the left-hand side, we've got that 1 that's just kind of been sitting there doing nothing. So the variables canceled out, okay? Variables canceled. And is 1 equal to 7?
No, that's not true. There's a symbol for that, though.
There is a symbol for that. So the variables canceled, and you have a false equation left.
So it's 0 with the x.
So, well, there's 2 ways. I'll show you the way class is going to accept. When that happens, that means that there is no solution to this equation. But you are correct. Class kick won't accept it, but that is another way of writing it. That little 0 with the slash through it. So if your variables cancel and you don't have an equation that's true, 1 is never equal to 7. Doesn't matter, like, all day, every day. 1 is not the same thing as 7. You cannot find a value for x that will work because that equation is not true. So if you have the variables canceled out and you have an equation that is false, that will be a no solution left over. Okay, I want to scroll over to number 3, my level 3 people real quick. Level 3 is similar, but different at the same time. So number 3, we also need to start out by doing distributive property a couple times. So this will give me 4n minus 4. Here, I'll get, that's plus 24 minus 4n. So all I did was distributive property to start. Okay, that's all I did was distribute. Looking on the left-hand side, again, I've got a 4n and a minus 4n. 4n minus 4n means you don't have any more n's, right? I don't need to write 0n or anything like that. I'm just going to say, oh, no more variables. Negative 4 plus 24. What's negative 4 plus 24? 20. Now I'm going to bring down the other side of the equation. Is 20 equal to 20? All day long, every day. So this time, your variables canceled. That's really messy. Word canceled. Sorry about that. And it made a true equation. So it's not going to be no solution. Okay, the opposite of that. We say two things. Either infinite number of solutions. Depending on your teacher, it means the same thing. It's just saying it a different way. So you can say there's an infinite number of solutions. That means it could literally be any number in the planet, and it would still work if you put it in for x. Or, depending on the teacher that you had, some teachers call it, all real numbers. That means that you could put any number in the planet as long as it's a real number. Yes, there are numbers that are not real. You'll learn about those in Algebra 2. True story. Okay, so basically the same idea, just a different result. In example number 2, you got a false equation. That means no solution. Number 3, you ended up with a true equation. So that's the only thing new for you guys, level 3.